That is right. It is bonus episode time. I'm sure I'll take a look at this once rosters get solidified in free agency and the draft. But BetOnline put up some odds about Kyle Trask that I gotta talk about only here on Locked On Gators.
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi, welcome back. It's a bonus episode of Locked On Gators. So, yay, I guess. I don't know. If you like me, then sure. If you hate me, then sell out me, big dog. I don't care. It don't matter. Kyle Trask is, of course, a Heisman, or was a Heisman candidate when he was with the Florida Gators in the 2020-2021 college football season. He got drafted second round, 64th overall to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to be the heir to Tom Brady's throne, or whatever you want to call it. And Tom Brady has retired this offseason, so that's obviously big. And I was looking at BetOnline numbers because we were talking about yesterday's episode of Anthony Richardson being a Heisman candidate. And I saw that some other odds they have, and it was odds of Buccaneers starting quarterback week 1. And lo and behold, who was the favorite? Kyle M. Effin Trask was the favorite. The odds are plus 400, so it's still not great odds, but he is still the favorite. Second was Jimmy Garoppolo at plus 450 odds, which we'll talk about. But we also got Aaron Rodgers was number 3, and then Teddy Bridgewater was number 4 on the list, followed by Carson Wentz, then Blaine Gabbert. And looking at this, like I know quite a few of y'all are Bucs fans, and I want to hear from you. Isn't it a little weird that the veteran backup that's been with the Bucs for a couple years now isn't even in the top 5 for odds of being the starting quarterback? The team he's already on that just lost their starting quarterback, and he was the number 2 for most of the season, or if not the entirety of the season. Isn't it a little weird? But like looking at the other names on the list, and we'll talk about how the roster shapes up and all that after this, but looking at the rest of this list, Jimmy G is reasonable. Jimmy G is reasonable. Because I don't think he's going to cost as much as people think. Like I know a lot of people are like, oh, he's going to be a first round pick. I don't think he's going to cost that much. Maybe a 2, but I think more likely to be a 3 this year and a 3 next year or something like that. In which case, if you're a team like the Bucs where you're pretty much rebuilding, it's not a rebuild. You're pretty much rebuilding. I think giving up a 2 this year wouldn't be the worst decision, because then you've got more draft capital for next season, and that's something I think you should consider. But yeah, I mean, you look at that and it's like, I think Jimmy G is feasible. I can almost definitely say it won't be Aaron Rodgers, just because 1, no, but 2, like he makes a lot of money. And I don't see him taking a contract discount, and I don't see how the Buccaneers are going to try to bring back the talent that would attract a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, or help other quarterbacks to be more successful in their system while also paying someone Aaron Rodgers money. Like I think that makes sense if you ask me. I think that makes sense. I think he makes way too much money, and he ain't taking a discount. Like he's proven he won't take a discount. That's not something he's going to do. So that's not something to consider. I could see Teddy Bridgewater being one of the options. I think he's not going to cost a lot of money. I think he's going to be capable of running the offense. And look, we can look at whoever you've got, whoever you want to talk about besides Aaron Rodgers. They will not run this offense as effectively or as efficiently as Tom Brady did, because Tom Brady is, I mean, without a doubt to me, the greatest quarterback of all time, greatest football player of all time, arguably the greatest athlete of all time. So I think when you look at that, Aaron Rodgers is the only person that can really replicate what this offense did with Tom Brady. I don't see Carson Wentz, just because 1, he sucks. He's not going to be worth whatever they'd have to trade, because I don't think the Colts are just going to hand him away. I realize a lot of people are like, oh, the Colts want to get rid of him. No, the hell they don't. Like, that's not something that they're in a rush to do. They might do it, but they're not in a rush to do it. And Russell Wilson's not up there because hey, Russ doesn't want to go to Tampa Bay. So Russ ain't going to go to Tampa Bay. It's as simple as that. Players have more control than they've ever had. So that's not really something that I think we'll see happen with Tampa Bay and Russ and whoever it might be. So I think that you have to look at who's on the Bucs roster right now, which we will take a look at in just a minute. But you look at who's on the roster, who's in the quarterback room, which right now is Kyle Trask and Blaine Gabbert, and you look at who you can bring in for what cost. I think when you look at that value that you're giving up, that's where we lose sight of Aaron Rodgers. That's where we lose sight of Carson Wentz. That's where you're gone. But you look at Jimmy Garoppolo. You look at Teddy Bridgewater and you go, we can get them for reasonable prices. And like, look, I know a lot of people hate on Jimmy G. Jimmy G has done enough to operate an offense to get to multiple NFC championships, to get to multiple and to win multiple NFL division round, NFC divisional rounds. He's done enough. So I get the hate, but I don't get the hate. I think he's got a lowish ceiling as an individual. But I mean, hey, if you're in the right system, I don't think that's an issue at all to have him there. Anybody else make money this past weekend? I know I did. Like yesterday, just give me the broom because I cleaned up. It's as simple as that. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to bet on all of your sports action. Obviously, Florida screwed me a lot. I'm probably going to get screwed on this Kyle Trask thing, but I'm going to take it anyway. BetOnline.net even covers award shows, TV shows, the NFL Combine, and reality TV with real-time updated odds and props on almost anything you can imagine. Yeah, I didn't do too bad that time. It's the best way to place your bets, and it's 100% free to sign up. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today. You guys know that's how I love to do it. BetOnline.net is where the game starts. March Madness is just a few weeks away. That means you need to start thinking now about where you're running your brackets. And by the way, if it's not RunYourPool.com with the rest of the Locked On Gators listeners and us running our bracket, rude, by the way. God, you're not going to find that on ESPN. You're not going to find that on CBS. No, you're going to find us on RunYourPool.com because that's how we do. We do it big here. All right, that's what we do. And like when you use RunYourPool.com, it's sick. Like you can set it up with RunYourPool.com/LockedOn. You can set your bracket and you can join for free to win a cash prize. That RunYourPool.com/LockedOn is the way to go. And if you want to set up your own pool with your friends, family, business, whatever purpose, I don't care, charity, whatever it might be, use code PUREMADNESS at checkout for $10 off your custom pool. RunYourPool.com/LockedOn for the cash prize for free. It's free to sign up, free to use. You just got to pay if you're going to set your own up. But hey, you don't got to pay to join the Locked On Gators one. Looking at this Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster, I mean, like, I'm not even here to talk about if Kyle Trask could or should start. I think we got to talk about what happens if he does start, because we can look at this roster and they're going through a lot. Like they are. They're going through a lot. Tom Brady has retired after arguably the greatest sports career of all time. I think he's had a better sports career than Michael Jordan. More rings. He played more consistently. He played at a higher level for a longer time, more longevity. And he didn't retire halfway through to come back. But I think retire halfway through to come back. I think you look at Tom Brady and you go, there's no one that's had a better career than he has in terms of individual and team success. I think there's not even a debate there. But Tom Brady's gone. You had one of the best guards in the NFL with Ali Marpet from Hobart. He retired at age 28. You've got one of the best centers in college football, in the NFL, in Ryan Jensen. He's an impending free agent right now. Chris Godwin, who just played a season on the franchise tag and got hurt, which I'm sure pissed him off, by the way. Like, I know that's something that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but I think if you're a player that you go, I wanted more money and a longer deal, and you gave me the franchise tag, and then you get hurt on that franchise tag, I think that's got to piss you off. So I'll say Chris Godwin is probably pissed. He is injured, and he's an impending free agent. Rob Gronkowski is a complete toss-up. He's already retired once, came back to play with Brady in Tampa Bay. I don't think Gronk will be a Buck, whether he retires or goes to play somewhere else. I think Rob Gronkowski's done in Tampa Bay. You look at other role players. You got Leonard Fournette, who's been a beast. O.J. Howard, who would be the tight end one with Gronk gone and Cam Brate aging, and Ronald Jones. They're all impending free agents. So is Giovanni Bernard and Le'Veon Bell. All the running backs are gone except Keyshawn Vaughn. They're all impending free agents. OJ Howard, Gronk, 2 of your top 3 tight ends, gone. Chris Godwin, your best receiver, no matter what you want to say about Mike Evans. I think he's great, but I think Chris Godwin is great too. Your best receiver is probably gone. So many guys. Your best guard is gone. Your center is gone. There's so much influx happening in this roster right now where I think it's hard to look at this roster and say this is a good roster for Kyle Trask. Kyle Trask is similar to Tom Brady in the sense where he is not the mobile quarterback that will create a ton of plays himself, no matter how many times Dan Mullen wanted to run quarterback draw or quarterback power with him. That ain't what he does. So Kyle Trask needs playmakers around him. Right now, he's got what? Mike Evans, Scotty Miller, Jalen Darden, Cameron Brate, and Keyshawn Vaughn? And Tyler Johnson. That ain't going to win you a championship. Like, that's not going to win you a damn thing with a quarterback like Kyle Trask, who is a pocket passing type, who I think he can get the ball wherever it needs to be, but he cannot create a lot of plays on his own. So I think you look at this team and you go, damn, this isn't a winning roster. The defense is phenomenal, but also in flux. You got guys like Jason Pierre-Paul, who's an impending free agent. And Ndamukong Suh, we don't know what his future looks like right now. And there's a lot going on here for a team that is not used to that over the past couple of years. Even during the Jameis years, there wasn't just constant turnover. It was guys who were like, all right, we'll wait a few years, see if they develop. Here it's guys who are like, I don't want to be here anymore for whatever reason it might be. Thanks for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free wherever you listen to the podcast. We'll be back Monday to talk more about our Florida Gators. Now, make your second listen Locked On NFL Draft. Ryan Tracy and former NFL cornerback Eric Crocker, who I love, bring the NFL Draft to life every day with insight and analysis on college football prospects and NFL front offices. For Locked On Gators, I am Brandon Olson. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at WNS_Brandon. Find all my written work with Whole Nine Sports. That is WHOLE and INE Sports. And I will see you all Monday.